When I was growing up, one of my favorite athletes of all time was Walter Payton of the Chicago Bears, one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. He played 13 years in the NFL. He missed one game. He wore number 34, and his nickname was Sweetness. Do you know how tough you have to be in the NFL to have a nickname like Sweetness? And I always loved watching him play on TV because he never ran out of bounds. He always turned it back inside for a couple extra yards. And I always dreamed about how one day it would be so cool to meet Walter Payton. When it came time for me to play Pop Warner football, and I went to pick out my number, what number did I pick? 34. I used to tape my cleats like Walter Payton. I used to wear a towel down the side of my pants like Walter Payton. I had a mouthpiece like Walter Payton. I was not as fast as Walter Payton. I always thought, how cool would it be one day to meet Walter Payton? Fast forward my senior year in high school, I'm invited to the National Academy of Achievement to sit in the audience and watch 15 individuals be recognized for their outstanding achievement and success in their particular field of work. And as I look at the invitation, I see Winston Marsalis, the jazz player, Tom Clancy, the great author, and there on the list is Walter Payton. That's it. I'm going to meet Walter Payton. So I go to school the next day. I start telling all my friends, I'm going to meet Walter Payton. They're like, Gerety, there's no way you're going to meet Walter Payton. There's going to be like 1,000 people at this conference. I'm like, I'm going to meet Walter Payton. So 6 weeks later, I'm on a plane for the first time in my life. I fly down to Nashville, Tennessee, to the Grand Ole Opry Hotel, one of the largest hotels in North America. The lobby was so big that we could literally fit the football field of my school in that lobby. So as soon as I get there, I start walking around, asking anybody if they've seen Walter Payton or if they've known whether or not Walter Payton's checked in. One gentleman comes up to me and says, I haven't seen Walter Payton, but you know who I have seen? I said, who? He said, Herschel Walker. I go, Herschel Walker? Heisman Trophy winner? Played for the University of Georgia? Played for the Dallas Cowboys? How cool is that? So I continue to hang around the lobby. About an hour later, a gentleman walks up to me and says, hey, weren't you looking for Walter Payton? I said, yeah. I just saw him at the front desk checking in a moment ago. Are you sure it was Walter Payton? It was Walter Payton. So I go all the way across the lobby, and I go to the front desk and I look for Walter Payton. He's not there. So I ask the person at the front desk, excuse me, do you know if Walter Payton's checked in? Sorry, sir, I can't tell you that. So I walk all the way across the end of the lobby, and I get behind a big plant. Does anyone know what Herschel Walker sounds like? Neither the person at the front desk. Front desk, can I help you? Hi, this is Herschel Walker. My friend Walter Payton just checked in a few moments ago, and I was just wondering if you could connect me to his room so I can meet up with him before the big banquet tonight. Just 1 minute, Mr. Walker, I'll connect you. Hello? Hi, Mr. Payton? Yes. Hi, Mr. Payton. My name's Ed Gerety. I'm here with the National Academy of Achievement. Mr. Payton, I'm just a huge fan of yours, Mr. Payton. You and I have so much in common. You know, I'm retiring from high school football. You're retiring from the NFL. Mr. Payton, you're captain of your team. I was captain of my team. We just won a state championship this year, Mr. Payton. You know, you won a Super Bowl. You were MVP of the season. I was MVP of the week. Mr. Payton, I would just do anything if I could just meet you just for a few moments. Just for a few minutes. I won't tell anyone. Where are you now? I'm in the lobby, behind a big plant. Can you meet me now? Yeah. Okay, I'm in room 2310. Thanks so much, Mr. Payton. I'll be right there. I hang up the phone. I grab my bag that has my football cards, my poster, my camera. And 10 minutes later, I am knocking on 2310. And there opens the door Walter Payton. Jacked. And he has his kangaroo logo on his t-shirt. And I go, Mr. Payton? He goes, Ed? He says, come on in. I walk in, and he turns to his wife, Connie, who's in the back of the room. And he says, hey, Connie, this is the young man who just called a few moments ago. She went, oh, hi, Ed. And then before I could say anything to Mr. Payton, he said, hey, congratulations. I said, congratulations for what? He said, well, you said you won the state championship in football this year. I said, yeah. And he looked down at my hand, and at that time I had my big, giant state championship football ring on. He said, can I see it? So I take off this giant silver aluminum ring covered in blue glass, and I hand it to him, and he looks at it, and he smiles, and he looks at the number, and he smiles again. And then I ask, can I see yours? And I take off his diamond-studded ring, and I look at it, and I said, Mr. Payton, I still can't believe that you didn't get a touchdown in the Super Bowl that you played in. And he looked at me and said, always remember, Ed, it's not about touchdowns. It's always about championships. And then he asked me about my family. He asked me about my goals, my dreams, where I wanted to go, who I wanted to become. He signed the cards, and then he said, hey, Connie, come on over here, and Ed, let's get that picture. Next thing you know, there I am with my arm around Walter Payton, getting that picture. And I said, Mr. Payton, it was such an honor to meet you. He goes, it was an honor to meet you. He said, thank you. And he said, hey, one more thing. And then he went to his wallet, and he pulled out a blue business card. And he said, here, stay in touch. If you ever need anything, he goes, you let me know. Thanks, Mr. Payton. So I walk out of the room, and I'm not sure if what happened had just happened. But in my office is that picture of Walter and I and that blue business card. And every time I see it, I'm reminded about how one person took the time to meet with a 17-year-old kid from Merrimack, New Hampshire. There was nothing in it for him, but he said yes. He took the time to listen to my story. He took the time to ask me about my goals and my dreams and my future. He took the time to go beyond the thank you, to say, hey, I appreciate you not just being a fan, but I appreciate you for being who you are. And hey, I care. And that's exactly what we need to do if we're going to grow our businesses and create strong relationships with our customers. We need to take the time. We need to take the time to say yes. Even if it's not convenient to meet that customer in that particular place. If it's not convenient to meet that customer at that particular time, we still need to say yes. We also need to make sure that we take the time to truly listen and to be present with our customers. That we make sure that it's not about us, but it's about them. And then we need to make sure that we take the time to go beyond the thank you. What's your blue business card? To let someone know that you not only just appreciate their business, and it's not just about the transaction, but it's about creating the relationship. You know, another important lesson from that Walter Payton experience that's helped me grow and develop my business over the last 26 years was that we cannot succeed in business if we do not have that ability to be intentional. We must be intentional. I would never have met Walter Payton if I hadn't declared and told everyone, I will meet Walter Payton. Second lesson I learned from that experience that I've carried with me to creating 2 successful businesses hasn't just been about being intentional, but it's also about really persevering and being resilient. If I had just given up that first 45 minutes, that's it. Over. I would never have met him. And thirdly, no matter what business we have, we need to be creative. Even if that means changing our voice or standing behind a big green plant.